John, it's been another big week and a hot one as well. We had a hot day yesterday here in New South Wales, and as a result, the meeting at TAB Carnival Menangle that was scheduled for the day was transferred tonight.
Yeah, nighttime meeting. The stewards are watching the weather very closely, especially through this period. It will go December, January into February, and they are aware of what concerns the horsemen certainly have for their horses and what we can do. So whilst it was a big move from afternoon to night, they will monitor the situation, and so trainers should be aware that a text could come out. There could be changes with this heat. It's around every summer, but you know, we're just more aware of what we do going forward.
Well, as part of the heat policy, there were a few scratchings at yesterday's meeting at Menangle.
Yeah, we understand that. Yesterday might have been as part of the fact that the heat, but it also could have been because it was a massive change from afternoon to night. But Harness Racing New South Wales has a new policy. Trainers should be aware of that policy and make sure they work within the timelines in that policy, because otherwise we have an issue between the stewards and the trainers, which we don't really want to have to adjudicate on.
Okay, and let's talk about microchipping, John. The first season of foals are being microchipped as we speak.
Yeah, as we speak, and Success Stud was the feature of the first lot of microchipping. This, of course, will progress through the rest of December and January and February and into March. But our vets and certainly our freeze branders will get round the entire state. But just a little note to breeders. Certainly register your foals, because you should register them within 7 days. The fines do get a little bit hefty after that, but we want to round this up by the end of March and get the whole microchipping system done, and we can look at what we do for the following year.
Okay, John, let's talk about these professional development courses that are starting to take place. There's been a couple of sessions held at Bathurst, and I believe they're moving to the Riverina next.
Yeah, the sports academies around New South Wales have worked very well with Harness Racing New South Wales, and a lot of the credit must go to Barry McColl, who is the coordinator, the youth development officer, with what we're doing here. We encourage any of the younger kids, many trotters, but also younger participants, younger licensees that want to take part in these courses to certainly contact Harness Racing New South Wales or Barry. There's a lot in them in respect of advancement, professional advancement, learning as well. So our team, the stewards, Martin Wainscott, the vet, Daniel Westwood and Grant Adams, they all become involved. I've even seen a couple of the board members become involved with this. So I encourage people, yes, just about to round up in the Western Districts at Bathurst, but in the new year, February, March, we'll move down to the Riverina. But keep an eye on anything on our space, on our certainly our website for those dates.
Okay, very good. Let's talk about these big meetings coming up, John. We've got a lot of feature meetings coming up over this festive period, starting at Bathurst on the 26th of December, Boxing Day, but it's a night meeting. It's the traditional Shirley Turnbull Memorial meeting.
A fantastic meeting. It's a great meeting, basically to end the year. However, that doesn't mean that it's the only meeting that ends the year. We've got the Maitland Intercity Pace. It'll be once again a fantastic race. We roll into, of course, Parks, their Carnival of Cups, TAB Carnival of Cups meeting on the 31st, and then we start the new year at Leeton with what used to be the Breeders' Plate, but of course we now know that's found a home on Australia Day, but it's still a great meeting at Leeton, and I'm sure they will attract a very large crowd. They regularly attract the biggest crowds in the Riverinas, so it's somewhere to go and somewhere to be, and I think everybody in the Riverina should hit Leeton.
And what's happening with Albury, John?
Oh, I've almost forgot Albury. That's the night before. All the crackers will be at Albury, of course, with the massive fireworks display. That's not a Carnival Cups meeting, but it's an absolute tradition at Albury, the fireworks, and the council are well and truly behind that, and they support the Albury Harness Racing Club very well. But something important that trainers should note, there is a $3,000 travel voucher available. It's a random draw for trainers that have horses compete at the meeting. Sue and Hank and all the rest of the committee down there at Albury do a great job, and they make that a meeting that is really valuable to trainers. So wherever you go, wherever you think your horse should be best suited, there's plenty of choice over the next week or so.
Okay, so this is the last CEO's blog before Christmas, but the next one will be the last one for this year. So would you have any New Year's surprises, or is that the New Year's surprise edition?
Well, next week we'll sort of reflect back on 2017, but there will be a few things. The board had a very solid meeting yesterday with our new chairman, Rod Smith. Ken Brown and Peter Nugent joined him, and our new board member, Marissa DeMarco. And what you'll see, or the participants, the stakeholders will see going forward in 2018 and so on, they've got some real drive and some real thoughts behind it. We released the strategic plan for 2018 through to 2020 next week, so there's plenty there for everybody. But whilst I'm talking about plenty, there'll be plenty under your Christmas tree, no doubt, Amanda, this year?
I hope so.
What about your pups? Now, I've had a bit of a call that your pups, there's not enough under the tree, so what are you going to do there?
I'm not sure. Do you have an answer?
Well, Petto, that's where I normally shop for my pups at Christmas time, so I hope you do too.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
And Merry Christmas to everybody out there. We have had a wonderful year here in New South Wales. There's the highs and the lows, of course, but we take it in our stride. We're resilient harness racing people, and we'll take it forward to 2018 well and truly. Have a Merry Christmas, everybody.